Welcome. Yeah, I like that one. Let me say that. Welcome, Kai. Expand forever, expand. My name is Chimoge, so I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar. Also call me Moge. This is Inquirie. This is where I'll put out these segments called Anger, which is basically just like my first, I guess, emotion, put out as a video, and then also the final form of my ideas, especially anyway, let's go. I'm gonna unpack what I have today. Please share this. Please subscribe as well. Like it. Wow. Okay, let me take this off. Kabunam no go up, expand my packet lineage and all their connections. The connects. I've been them do. God. The right way. Let me also plug in my phone. What I'm going to start off with today is what's on this card, which is Economic Industries Explained. Economic Industries Explained. And then I also have a business sheet today. I'm going to be doing this going forward, just so that you guys know how to patronize me. Here it is. So I hope you can read everything. Try and get it to be more comprehensive in the future. And I also want to say this hand I'm using, this is my right hand, this is my dominant hand. This hand I'm using is my non-dominant hand, is my left hand. You see them how you see them. Right, dominant, left, non-dominant. Anyway. Alright, let me plug in my phone. Anyway, opening prayer. I pray that you're all well. I pray that you get something out of this live. I pray that I'm well. I pray that I meet this goal, all my goals, and I pray that this live stream and everything to support succeeds. Expand forever. Welcome. Trying to, well, let me keep that to myself actually. I don't think that's what I mean. It's interesting. It can be hard to know what you mean a lot of the times. Obviously, we all know that you don't always articulate yourself perfectly, but I've been thinking in depth about how a lot of times you might have formed some sentences in your head, but then when you kind of say it out loud, you're like, is that really what I meant? That's why it's important to think in groups. You really can't think properly by yourself. But anyway, not to say that you're broken if you're by yourself, but it's just not up to a normal standard. Unfortunately, the world is not up to a normal standard, so a lot of us have to do the backup function by ourselves anyway, or at least, well, at least think with only spirits. If you're generally by yourself, that's technically a coincidence, there's nothing. But again, not necessarily bad if you're in a coincidence, you just can't access the spirits anyway. That can happen. This thing sound, let's see. It's plugged in. Let's do a short. Alright. Now, Economic Industries Explained. I've thought about economics a lot over the course of my life. I took economics class in college. I thought that as a people, there's a lot we miss about what we call economics, especially in the common imagination. What I'll say is this. Many things get lumped together in what we call economics. The one I want to focus on is the idea of home, which is the same as comfort. In my language, ULO, U-L-O. People know it means home, but they don't also know that it's the same thing as comfort. My ancestors revealed to me that home and comfort are the same thing, but those things are often misunderstood. By the way, house, that term is Obulo, the heart of the home. Anyway, So house and home are not the same thing, but house is something that's in the spirit of the home. But anyway, a lot of what we call economic problems, they're really problems with comfort, but that's a very serious thing because you can't exist in this life properly if you're not comfortable. If you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, even if you know somehow you'll eat again, that's a lack of comfort. That's very serious. You see what I'm saying? I've been thinking of different aspects of the comfort problem. One is the way people overlook at money. That's one aspect of it. It's important, but it's just one aspect of it. We often assume that just because someone has money, they're better off than someone without money. That's not necessarily true. For example, in many parts of the world today, especially outside of the West, even poor people have housing guaranteed because either a house has been handed down to them by a family member or they paid it off years ago. So they're comfortable in the idea that no matter what, they'll have a place to rest their head. Whereas in the West, a lot of people with money do not know where they'll live next month. That's an equivalent situation. It's just there's different levels of violence, random nonsense. You see what I mean? That's a problem that we have to resolve as a people. Because if one person is not comfortable, the collective is uncomfortable. Another thing we have to consider is crime. You see, a lot of times we look at people who are victims of crime and we say that happened because they're poor. No, that happened primarily because they're very criminal. What does it mean if someone's near a criminal? If someone's near a criminal, either they have to fight the criminal or they'll merge with the criminal. If you merge with the criminal, you become a criminal yourself. That's deep. Let me make a shirt. A lot of people merge with criminals. That's a big problem. But I want to talk about the people who are fighting criminals. Shout out to everyone fighting crime. You see, crime fighting has been given a bad rap. Because oftentimes we think that in order to fight crime, you have to commit a crime against a criminal. That's not true. You should not commit a crime against a criminal. What does that mean? Just because someone robbed you doesn't mean you should rob them back. Classic example. Never do that. What you have to do is within the bounds and ethics of the law and morality, get back what was taken from you. But you do that while minimizing harm to the other person. I'll say this, if what you did looks like an action movie, you didn't minimize harm. That's not necessary. Also, you should not do it alone. If you find yourself alone, practice karata. That animal you call the rhinoceros is called karata, greater than piercing. Kara, the horse, karata. That animal we call the rhinoceros. Symbol of self-protection, manifestation of self-protection in the world. If you're by yourself, what is karata? What is self-protection? Scream to the world, I'm by myself, help. And then retreat until someone comes. Do not try and fight a war by yourself. That's something that Ele would do. The deer, the father of Satan. Do not behave like the father of Satan. Do not fight by yourself. Satan is never comfortable. His father does not even know what comfort is. Anyway, let me come down. So I think what I said there is pretty clear. Let me talk about myself a bit. And anytime I talk about myself very specifically, I want to relate to the world. One thing I feel good about today, I understand my body a lot better than I did 10 years ago. I'm currently 28 years old. This is my time of return. That what people call Capricorn season, Capricorn time. 10 years ago, I didn't understand my body very well. I don't think I was fully aware of this. Because of that, I ended up in a period of ill health. Of course, I wasn't helped by mistreatment and miseducation. Now I understand my body very well. I'm still growing in understanding. I'm grateful for that. Let me talk about one good thing I see out in the world right now. Where I am, it's sunny. It might be chilly, but it's sunny. Anytime the sun is out, that's good. There are a lot of places where the sun does not shine very much. But where I am, the sun is shining. That's good. One thing that's concerning me right now, I would say access to food. Obviously, I've talked at length about my financial situation. Right now I just have a dip in funds. Some funds I've been expecting to get didn't come. And then, there are other things I'm trying to optimize. So, I don't have literally zero food, but it's a low enough level that I'm not comfortable. I think the food I have, it could run out in a couple days, and honestly, it's not the best mixture. I'll explain that more. For example, I have a good amount of like powdered foods, but I don't have any solid meat right now. You see what I mean? So it's not the best mixture of food. So that's an issue. One thing I see going on in the world that concerns me: lack of love. There's a lot of lack of love in the world. Love, that's the mind of Oshun, the mind of Venus. It's necessary for all life. There's no love, there's no nothing. So yeah, I see that. Solutions to that. Solutions to my problem. One, you can patronize my business and or donate. Send me money, however, so I can buy food myself. Second, if you know me, you can bring me food. And then obviously, if you're bringing me food, coordinate with me about that. That'll be good. And then also, at the end of this, I'll give my business sheet just so you know how to patronize me. And I just want to be clear, even when I don't have, right now I'm in a tough financial spot, but even after I get out of this, I'm still gonna put this up to be patronized. That's important. And money gets used for things, both myself and other people. Anyway, then a solution to the love problem, I think people have to stop forcing themselves to go places they don't like. One thing I've learned is that it's not healthy to go to a place you don't like to meet someone you do like. You have to meet someone you do like in a place that you don't like. So I'd encourage everyone to try that, because when love breaks down, some very basic human principles are gone. Anyway, that's my take on it. Feeling good. I think I might wrap this up. Thank you, sir, very much for joining me. You guys know me. I don't force myself to be on live too long. Let me give my business information. Here are 4 ways you can patronize me. First one I want to highlight is that you can buy my art. You can buy my art that's available on Patreon. And to be clear, all of these things are available all across OZ Bangwoko. Again, I have 6 YouTube channels. Shout out to YouTube. But you can start by checking out the About section here on Inquiria. So you can buy my art. That's digital art. It's both pictures and videos. You can buy that, and then you can use it for your purposes. You can watch it, you can print it out, put it on things, whatever you wish. Second, you can buy my merch. I'm going to highlight my Streamlabs merch shop. There's merch available on Patreon as well. I'll get to that in a second, but I want to highlight my Streamlabs merch shop. You can go there, you can buy items. I have clothes. I also have things like stickers, things of that nature. Third, I want to highlight how you can subscribe. The subscription I want to highlight is the Patreon subscription. There's about like 9 tiers on there. At the highest tiers, you can get merchandise. At the very lowest tiers, you'll at least get access to the art. Again, these are monthly subscriptions, although you can choose to lump them together and pay on a yearly basis. And then the fourth thing I want to highlight is donation. So you can donate on PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. On PayPal, you can Venmo using @OZBangwoko. OZI, capital IBENWKU. Venmo, it's the same as PayPal, @OZBangwoko. OZI, IBENWKU. The O and the I are capital. And then on Cash App, it's $OZBangwoko. $OZI, IBENWKU. The O and I are capital. Here those are. I'm going to highlight the donation thing here, and then I'll show you the other ones, although I just kind of wrote the terms. This is where I'm at now. And there I wrote Ihe Chocoloco, business things. That bird you call the great blue heron, that's Chocoloco. All the other herons, those are variants of Chocoloco. Chocoloco is a manifestation of business, among other things, revealed to me by my ancestors. Useful thing to think about. When you think about it, those birds, they always go out and they take something home. That's the world leader of the fly, Chocoloco. More clout than the eagle, Chocoloco. He can command the god of thunder all by himself. He is the god of thunder, Chocoloco. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I'll leave you all with also one bonus piece of information. I kind of gave something in that line before, but I'll say this. Put garlic in your food. Put garlic in your food. It's good for your health. Put garlic in your food. It's good for your health. Thank you very much. See you next time. Cat, expand forever.